let's talk about this. Oil deaths. This is a bizarre story, okay? Something very strange is happening inside of Russia over the past few months that demands our attention tonight on this show. Something mysterious is happening to Russia's oil officials and oil tycoons and oil oligarchs and energy as well, and energy tycoons. They keep dying suddenly and unexpectedly. Yes, you heard me right. They keep dying off. These people in charge of Russia's oil and energy sector and the very infrastructure that this country relies on are dying mysteriously. Here's the BBC headline this morning. Look at this. Russian oil chief Maganov dies in a fall from a hospital window. There he is on the right, next to Vladimir Putin. That's not a doctored photo because I'll tell you why in a moment. Now, the report says the chairman of Russia's Lukoil giant, there he is in the picture, Ravil Maganov, has died after falling from a 6th floor hospital window in Moscow, reports say. And then, of course, I saw a separate video confirmation of the body there, so we're not going to show that here on the show. The company confirmed his death, but only said that Maganov had passed away following a severe illness. Yeah, a severe illness of being thrown out of a window. What kind of an illness is that? Russian media said he was being treated in Moscow's Central Clinic Hospital and died of his injuries. Now, okay, that's odd on its own, but it's even more bizarre when you realize that he's not alone in dying recently, right?
Yes. So there's been a string of these happening.
Yeah. So the report goes on that Maganov is the latest of a number of high-profile business executives to die in mysterious circumstances. Investigating authorities said they're working at the scene to establish how he died. Hey, there's a window up there. It's open. He's down here.
Out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not in that window anymore. He's dead here on the street outside of the window where he just was in the hospital. So shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine, Lukoil board called for the conflict to end as soon as possible, expressing sympathy for victims of this tragedy. Now, its billionaire president, Vagit Alekperov, resigned in April after the UK imposed sanctions on him in response to the invasion. So he then resigned. Several Russian energy oligarchs have also died in unusual circumstances in recent months. For instance, Sergei Protosenia. He's the body of the millionaire Novatech former manager Sergei Protosenia was found alongside of his wife and daughter at a Spanish villa back in April. His whole family. What? Okay. So there you go. That's another one.
Yes.
That happened in April. Then, okay, maybe that's odd again, but now when you add it to another one, here's Vladislav Ivyev, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, Aviev, former vice president of Gazprom Bank. Aviev was found dead with his wife and daughter in their Moscow flat in April. What the hell is going on? Then in May, former Lukoil tycoon Alexander Subotin died of sudden heart failure. He was 44. Suddenly just poof, gone. What the hell is going on here?
Well, the heart failure one is less strange, but when you add them all together, right?
When you add 7 of these guys,
yes,
and their families,
right,
and one of them's just now mysteriously fallen out of a window at 67 years old.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? Where is the Western media coverage on this? I mean, the Western media coverage on this is that Maganov today criticized Russian invasion of Ukraine and called for a quick resolution to war. So therefore, the Western media line this morning was that Maganov clearly was evidence that Putin had him and these other people killed, right? That's what the Western media will tell you, Sky News, BBC, etc. Like, okay, clearly this was a Putin hit on these guys. While other reports are that these energy giants are actually friends of Putin and that they are being targeted for assassinations by Western governments, Western intelligence operations. I'm going to throw that out to you guys in the chat room. Do you think that these 7 energy giants in Russia, responsible for the infrastructure of Russia's energy, are being killed off by Putin or Western governments? Those are 2 options. Can you give me a third? Do either of those ring true to you?
They're all really unlucky.
Yeah, they just their whole families just happen to be unlucky. They all happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of them. I mean, picture this. This is Putin giving Maganov an award recently for a lifetime achievement in Russia, chosen by Putin for this award. So you think he has him thrown out of a window?
I don't know. And when you juxtapose this with the story last week of one of Putin's allies who had his daughter accidentally blown up in his car, right? And so you see these sort of targeted people in and around Putin's
Wait, say that again. Did I hear you correct?
The man who
Alexander Dugina?
Yes.
You think he had his daughter accidentally?
No, I'm talking.
If I misheard you, I was like, what?
The man last week that we spoke about, who the Western media said was Putin's best friend, it turns out they weren't actually
not at all
in person. Right.
Yeah.
Acquaintances.
Putin's brain, they called him. Putin's brain.
Yeah.
Rescued.
They were not even. Anyway.
And and that was targeting him.
It was targeting him, but his daughter became the accidental victim of it. Right.
And not even accidental, because now we know, we talked about this, David, on the show too, which is like that this remote detonator that was being used was a proximity detonator. It had to be very close.
Oh,
and they were tracking, and they knew that he was not in the car, that she was.
Right.
And therefore they were tracking her, and they knew they just made the call to, well, we'll kill his daughter then.
Yeah.
Then she was a well-liked journalist in Russia. So all of these people. So again, you have to wonder who's taking these people out. It's really, really scary.